Welcome to podcast 308, a scholarly presentation examining the relationship between culture, stewardship, and national identity in Barbados. Copyright 2026, ISBN 978 976 9799776. I am your host, Dr. William Anderson Giddens, Doctor of Divinity, speaking to you from Bridgetown, Barbados. Today's podcast is entitled Three Presentations: 1. Stewardship, a comparative analysis of the Right Excellent Sugarfield St. Auburn Sobers NHAO OCC 1936 to 2026, and Dr. William Anderson Giddens, Doctor of Divinity. This presentation explores one central proposition. Culture is not merely inherited, it is intentionally preserved through stewardship. Giddens 2026. Drawing upon anthropology, post-colonial studies, theology, and cultural studies, this episode compares two Barbadians of African ancestry whose lives illustrate different yet complementary approaches to preserving Barbadian identity. Although their professions differ, one through international cricket and the other through publishing, photojournalism, broadcasting, visual art, and digital media, both have contributed significantly to the preservation of Barbados's cultural memory. Presentation 1: Culture as Deliberate Stewardship. Anthropologist Clifford Geertz, 1973, famously described culture as the webs of significance that human beings themselves have spun. Rather than viewing culture as something passively inherited, Geertz argued that societies continually construct and preserve meaning through intentional acts. Similarly, Edward B. Taylor, 1871, defined culture as the complex whole encompassing knowledge, belief, art, morals, law, customs, and every capability acquired by members of society. These perspectives converge to suggest that culture survives because individuals actively and deliberately preserve it. Barbados has witnessed remarkable constitutional changes from independence in 1966 to becoming a parliamentary republic in 2021, bracket 2022. Throughout these national transitions, Barbadians have continually determined which traditions, institutions, and achievements deserve preservation. This study argues that stewardship, not inheritance alone, is the mechanism through which national identity endures. Presentation 2: Two Lives, Two Instruments of Stewardship. The Right Excellent Sugarfield St. Auburn Sobers transformed cricket into one of the most recognizable symbols of Barbadian excellence. Using the cricket bat and ball as his principal instruments, he elevated West Indies cricket to unprecedented international distinction. Beckles, 1998. His athletic mastery became more than sporting achievement. It evolved into cultural representation. His career demonstrated that a small Caribbean nation could produce one of the greatest all-round cricketers in history. Wisden 2000. In contrast, yours truly, Dr. William Anderson Giddens, DD, employs a different collection of instruments: the pen, pencil, camera, smartphone, computer, publishing platforms, microphone, tripod, and podcast studio. Through books, photography, broadcasting, digital publishing, and visual art, he documents Barbadian history, heritage, theology, and national memory. Gittins 2024. While Sir Garfield Sobers preserve culture through athletic performance, Dr. Gittins preserves culture through documentation. One created unforgettable performances, the other preserves unforgettable memories, different methods, one stewardship. Presentation 3. Public recognition and cultural memory. Cultural theorist Stuart Hall 1997 argued that representation shapes how societies remember themselves. Public recognition therefore contributes to cultural preservation. Sir Garfield Sobers received numerous international honors throughout his distinguished career, including knighthood by Queen Elizabeth II in 1975 for services to cricket and designation as one of Barbados's national heroes in 1998, Wikipedia 2026. These accolades highlight his extraordinary contribution to the nation's identity and continue to inspire future generations of cricketers and fans alike. Similarly, Dr. William Anderson Gittins, D.D., has been recognized for artistic, educational, and cultural service. Highlights include designing the Barbados Boy Scouts Association 60th anniversary commemorative postage stamps in 1982, presentations to Governor General Sir Hugh Springer 1988, and Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip during Barbados's 350th anniversary celebrations in 1989. He also received the 12th International Scout Art Award in Arco, Italy in 1976, Gittins 2024. These honors illustrate that stewardship may be acknowledged through diverse forms of public service, sport, education, media, or the visual arts. Anthropological reflection. From an anthropological perspective, both individuals demonstrate that culture survives through intentional action. Taylor, 1871, emphasized that art, customs, knowledge, and social practices form an interconnected cultural system. Gertz, 1973, later argued that these systems gain meaning because people actively sustain them. Sir Garfield Sobers preserved one of Barbados's greatest sporting traditions, while Dr. Gittins preserves historical memory through documentation and publication. Their work demonstrates that culture remains alive only when individuals choose to record it, celebrate it, and transmit it. Post-colonial perspective. Following political independence, Barbados increasingly defined national excellence according to its own values. Historian Hilary Beckles, 1998, and scholar C.L.R. James, 1963, demonstrated how cricket became an important expression of Caribbean identity within the post-colonial world. Sir Garfield Sobers became one of the defining international ambassadors of that identity. Likewise, Dr. Gittins' contemporary media scholarship contributes to post-colonial nation building by documenting local history from Barbadian perspectives, publishing, podcasting, photojournalism, and digital archives, preserves voices that might otherwise disappear. Together, these careers reveal complementary dimensions of nation building. One represented Barbados before the world, and the other records Barbados for the world. Theological reflection. Theological reflection. Christian theology describes stewardship as faithful management of gifts entrusted by God. 1 Peter 4:10 teaches, I quote, "Each of you should use whatever gift you have received to serve others as faithful stewards of God's grace." End quote. NIV. Viewed through this theological lens, Sir Garfield Sobers demonstrated stewardship through discipline, excellence, humility, and international representation. Dr. Giddens demonstrates stewardship by preserving knowledge, producing educational resources, documenting heritage, and making Barbadian history accessible through books, podcasts, photography, and digital media. In both cases, giftedness becomes service. Stewardship transforms talent into legacy. Comparative conclusion. This comparative analysis demonstrates that two different vocations may accomplish the same cultural purpose. Sir Garfield Sobers preserved Barbadian identity through sporting excellence, while Dr. William Anderson Gittins DD preserves Barbadian identity through scholarship, publishing, broadcasting, photojournalism, visual art, and cultural documentation. Both are Barbadians of African ancestry whose work contributes to the wider African diaspora's understanding of Caribbean identity. The comparison supports the central thesis. Culture does not survive accidentally. Culture survives because faithful stewards intentionally preserve it. Whether through the cricket bat or the written word, athletic achievement or historical documentation before packed stadiums or behind a microphone, stewardship transforms individual gifts into collective memory. Closing remarks. Thank you for listening to podcast 308. This presentation has examined how anthropology, theology, post-colonial studies, and cultural scholarship converge to illuminate the enduring relationship between excellence and stewardship in Barbados. May this discussion encourage continued appreciation for those whose lives preserve the heritage of nations for future generations. Until next time, thank you for joining us. God bless.